is my honor to introduce someone who sits at the very heart of Hyderabad's transformational story, a seasoned IAS officer, an urban development visionary, and someone whose work quite literally shapes the skyline and the high streets of this magnificent city. Ladies and gentlemen, can we all please rise and give a warm Hyderabadi welcome to our chief guest for the evening, Shri Jayesh Ranjan, IAS, Special Chief Secretary, Government of Telangana, MA&UD Special Officer GHMC, onto the stage. And I request Dr. Hitesh Bhatt, Director, Marketing and Communication, RAI, Editorial Director, Store RAI, to please step forward to felicitate. I also request Mr. Gautam Jain, Director, RAI, to please step forward to felicitate. I request Mr. Avnish, already on stage, Mr. P. Jayesh Kumar, Vice Chairman, to please step forward to do the honors in felicitating our chief guest, Shri Jayesh Ranjan, IAS. I now request Special Chief Secretary, Government of Telangana, MA&UD Special Officer GHMC, Shri Jayesh Ranjan, IAS, to kindly please address the gathering.
Please sit, please sit. Back here. So, please sit. I plan to speak for at least 10 minutes, so if you are prepared to keep standing for 10 minutes, it is your choice. So, greetings everyone. First of all, my apologies. I was supposed to have come here in the beginning itself, but I got held up somewhere. But nevertheless, I'm very happy that I'm getting a chance to interact with all of you. As Avnish mentioned, I have been attending the previous editions of the Hyderabad Retail Summit, and it fills me with lots of joy and satisfaction to see how this sector is growing and the contribution this sector is making to our city. It is increasing the livability of the city, and therefore it has a very positive multiplier effect. Lots of young professionals migrate to this city very happily because of the thriving retail ecosystem, and government has capitalized on it by getting some of the big companies, best known companies, to set up their development centers, technology centers, and so on and so forth. So from my side also, on behalf of the government, I convey my appreciation and regard for all of you. So today I want to tell you on certain important developments which will have a further positive impact on the retail industry. I will explain to you how some of these new initiatives are rolling out, when will what activities start, what contribution I expect from all of you, what role I expect from all of you. So the first very important thing to share with you is, I don't know how many of you followed it or were involved in it, but on 9th of December last year, that is 2025, our government released our vision document. It is called Telangana Rising. There's a very big summit organized here called the Telangana Rising Global Summit, and we released our vision document. So the headline of that vision document is that Telangana aspires to become a $3 trillion economy by 2047. And in the document, details are provided, like where will this 3 trillion come from, what sector will play what role, how much will that contribution be. So proper arithmetic has been provided so that it all adds to 3 trillion. So obviously IT is a very big contributor. How much will come from IT? How much will come from life sciences? What are the other industrial sectors? What will the MSME sector contribute? What will the export sector contribute, and so on and so forth. But if you read that document, you can access it online. You will find something very interesting, which will be of great interest to all of you. We have decided to create a revenue stream or an income stream for the state which has not been touched so far, and this is called nighttime economy. And we have explained in detail how will this nighttime economy roll out, what areas will be opened up, what will be the regulations, what will be the policing, security, safety, etc., etc. And our plan actually was initially to open it now itself because schools, holidays and all have started. There is little bit of delay. But we are in a state of good state of preparedness. We are prepared to start nighttime economy. So some of you may be knowing, apart from your retail activities, you may be aware about how the city has grown. There are many streets in the city which are called as commercial streets, which have been declared as commercial streets. So since you are here on behalf of Neeru's, road number 36 was one of the first streets to be declared a commercial street, then road number 45, some streets in the Hyderabad area, some in Secunderabad area. So to begin with, we want to start nighttime economy activities on all these major streets which have been identified as commercial. But we also want to do it in other areas where there is some natural inclination for nighttime activities. For example, as many of you would know, in the areas around Charminar, Pathargati, etc., during the holy month of Ramadan, night markets function throughout the night. So we want to, so even though they are not officially declared as commercial street, there is lots of commercial activities, particularly in the month of Ramadan. 24/7 activities are happening. People go there during Ramadan just to see how a night market looks like, and so on and so forth. So nighttime economy will create huge opportunities for the retail sector. Of course, on that street, whatever are the existing enterprises, they will function throughout the night. But we also have done some study, and many of the studies have showed to us that people will not go just because some stores are opened in the night also. That will not really lead to some huge increase in footfall. They will go particularly if there are some pop-up stores in the open spaces, there are some additional food courts, food trucks, this and that. So while the regular stores will have to do certain things which will attract footfalls, but lots of other activities also will have to be planned. And one very common activity are these pop-up stores. That for 3 days you create a temporary facility, you display your items, you sell them, and so on and so forth. So I would be very happy if the association, the Hyderabad chapter of RAI, can also give us practical ideas on how to ensure that nighttime economy does not become a unsuccessful activity. And then we change our mind, we stop it and all that. Right from day one, we want it to be a success. So what needs to be done, what more can be done, would the association be willing to partner with us to showcase the potential of nighttime economy? So this is one important decision on which all of us need to work together. There are 3 other things which I want to mention as a part of my speech here. The second important thing is, again, some of you would be aware that the government is implementing some real flagship projects. So many of you might have heard about this new satellite township which is coming up, which is called Bharat Future City. Many of you might be aware that the Musi River, which all of us know is currently in a very poor shape. It does not have enough water, and whatever is there is also badly contaminated. But we want to change all that. So the entire Musi rejuvenation project is in the pipeline. We are also creating other townships, while Bharat Future City is the flagship one. But in other directions also, there will be 3 other similar townships. So in each of these new projects, there is a very thought through provision of retail zones. So if you look at the master plan of the Bharat Future City, which covers 30,000 acres, there are dedicated retail zones which have been planned. Similarly, on the Musi stretch, currently we are opening up about 20 kilometers of that stretch in the first phase, but there are 55 kilometers more also. And again, in the master plan, there are lots of zones which have been earmarked for retail, for entertainment, for open spaces, public parks. Many of you may have been there or might have heard about it, we have already started the first park at Kotwal Goda, which is called the Kotwal Goda Eco Park. Similarly, near the Mir Alam tank, we are creating similar retail and entertainment facilities, but there are 6 more such pockets on the stretch of the Musi. So how does one create facilities for organized retail? Within that broad master plan, what are the other guidelines which need to be encouraged? How much of that retail can be designed in such a way that our homegrown players also get a fair chance to participate, while we would be always willing to get national brands, global brands come in more numbers, but we also want to show our solidarity and loyalty to the local brands also. So how does one encourage, for example, more outlets of Pista House or more outlets of Labonel or Paradise and Laziz Affair and Sage and all that. So how do you, Neeru's of course, so how do you give more priority? But how do you ensure that all these folks who set up their units, they maintain world-class standards and so on and so forth? So guidelines are under preparation for that, and we would like Rai also to give inputs into that. The third opportunity, which again comes here. So all of you would be aware that we have large number of water bodies in Hyderabad city and outside as well. And many of them used to face encroachment. There would be hardly any space for any recreation, etc. But all of you must be familiar with a government agency, a new agency which has been created called Hydra, which is now reclaiming spaces which have been encroached, and with the support of other government organizations, we are ensuring that only clean water flows into that lake. All the engineering repairs of that lake are taken care of. Enough land is made available for recreation, etc., etc. So I have created a SOP for all the lakes. Any lake which Hydra touches, 20 things have to be done, and then only we'll say that this lake was done completely. So one of the important SOPs is called lake economy. So around the lake, what kind of retail opportunities can be created? These will be small format retails. We can't have huge stores or malls on the lakeside, but we'll be creating lots of recreational activities. So there'll be footfalls throughout the day for that lake. So what small format retail, which is also designed and organized properly. It's not like some hundreds of hawkers come here and occupy this place, that place, and make a mess of it. It will all be done in a very artistic way. Similarly, as all of us know, Hyderabad is a city with lots of heritage monuments. Currently, there are some restrictions, like you cannot allow this thing, that thing. So that also we are changing now. New guidelines are coming up, under which all these heritage monuments also will support lots of retail. But again, the format of retail will not be large ones, because the heritage monuments have their own architecture, they have their own design. So you cannot create something which does not gel with that design and architecture, etc. So in a kind of a moderate manner, we'll be opening up lots of these new spaces for retail. So this is again a very good opportunity and a new opportunity for many retailers. But here also, I would advise the association to help us prepare guidelines. How do you encourage small format retailers to participate in these programs? And in any of these initiatives, including Musi and others, the whole interest is to create world-class facilities. The idea is not to, we are not seeing as a government these as opportunities to generate revenues for the government. We are not kind of in the mode of thinking that you have to give a huge rental, you have to give a huge revenue share to the government. If I have my way, I will be very happy if nothing is charged. As long as you create a world-class facility, the benefit which the government will get will be downstream. If hundreds of customers come, buy your stuff, they pay GST, which eventually comes to the government. So I'll be more happy collecting my GST share rather than haggling about this rental should be 20 rupees, not 30 rupees, and revenue share should be 5%, not 4%. I don't want to waste my time and all that. If you are really creating something world-class, I'll be more happy that more footfalls contribute to GST revenue, and obviously you'll be paying other taxes and all that. So this is an opportunity. And therefore I would request association to also help us in framing guidelines near the lakes, near the heritage monuments, what kind of retail footprint, under what regulations, what guidelines, and how do you identify the right kind of retail outlets to occupy those spaces, etc. The last thing which I want to tell you is that, see, many of you who live in Hyderabad, who have some familiarity of the construction sector, you might have built your house or you may be connected with some builders, etc. The norms which regulate building permissions, etc., have changed quite a lot. The GO which was issued to regulate construction of buildings is called GO 168. It was issued in 2012. We are in 2026 now, so more than 15 years have gone by, 14 years have gone by, let us say. And in between, lots of amendments have happened to that GO, lots of new things have happened. And for a construction agency or a builder or even an architect, it becomes very complicated to understand what exactly is the law under which permissions, etc., have to be sought. So we are completely overhauling all that. Lots of new ideas, modern ideas, which are seen across the world. We are bringing those in the new building laws. And the new building laws possibly will come into effect in another, maybe at the most 2 months, if not earlier. So one new concept that we have figured out, which is very common in Japan, as a matter of fact, very common in Tokyo. So currently, if you build something, so this is a hotel, for example, the building next door is a commercial building, the building behind this is a residential building. So each building has a very strict categorization. But in Tokyo, there are many buildings, particularly on certain kinds of streets, which are mixed buildings. You can have restaurants and retail on the ground floor. The first 3 floors can be offices. Above that can be apartments and so on and so forth. In some floor, a school may be running, something else may be happening. So in the new laws that we are introducing, we are permitting these kind of buildings also. So much more space, built-up space will now become available for retailers. Earlier, unless you are on a commercial building, you would face challenges to open a retail store. But now we are kind of making it much more flexible. And you can comply with the law and still do a good business because of these new reforms that we are bringing out. Earlier, if you are not on a commercial building and if you are running a retail outlet, etc., you will always be under that threat that any day it can be sealed. In Delhi, I don't know if you recall or not, there was a big exercise, I think 15 years ago or 20 years ago. All buildings which were not permitted to be on commercial streets, the Supreme Court had decided that they should all be sealed. So in Hyderabad, of course, we are not so tough about all these things, but theoretically, there is always a risk that you are doing something irregular or illegal and you can be caught and penalized. But now we are regularizing all these kind of things. So multi-use, not just multi-use zones, but multi-use buildings also. Within a same building, different kinds of activities can run. So lots of these new things are happening. And as I said, it is a work in progress, but hopefully we want to complete it in the next 1 to 2 months. And on that also, if there are any suggestions from the association, if you have seen something else in some other part of the world or even in India, I'm not saying that Hyderabad is a role model city. There are other cities also where so many positive things, progressive things have happened. Bombay, Chennai, Bangalore. If you have come across certain good things happening elsewhere, which you think is missing in Hyderabad, you are more than welcome to contribute these ideas. So these are some of the things which I thought will be of use to the industry. And as the days go by, please benefit from all these new initiatives that we are rolling out on behalf of the government. And as I pointed out, I would also request active collaboration in framing some of these laws, guidelines, and plans, etc. So glad that I could come and share all these ideas with you. I also know that some stalwarts of the retail industry are getting recognition, are getting awards today. So good wishes to all of them and hope that they become role models for all the rest of us also to strive to standards of excellence in whatever we do. So good wishes to everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, IAS, thank you so much for talking to us and sharing valuable details with us here today, all the valuable insights. And sir will be doing the honors in felicitating the retail icons of Hyderabad. And in the meantime, our panelists here, I request you to kindly please, if you can take seat in the audience, the panelists on stage. Yes, all the panelists here, if you can please take seat in the audience so that we can wrap up with the felicitation of retail icons of Hyderabad. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting to the moment that we have been waiting for all through the afternoon, and it is finally here. There are those who built this city's retail heritage, brick by brick, brand by brand. And this evening, we stop, we pause, and we say thank you to these retail icons of Hyderabad. It's time to felicitate the individuals whose decades of dedication have put this city on the national retail map. So first up, I'd like to call upon, I think the children would love this one, so the young parents know about this, and also the adults who are kids at heart. Creamstone ice cream, I request Mr. Viren Shah, but before that, I would also request our, dignitaries to join in. I request Dr. Hitesh Bhatt to please step forward and join sir here on stage. Director, Marketing and Communication, Rai, Editorial Director, STO Rai, to please join in. I'd also request Mr. P. Jayakumar to join us here on stage. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Viren Shah, Creamstone Ice Cream. All smiles there. And up next, again, a very, very legendary, spectacular brand. Everybody here, I'm 100% sure, has been a customer. Karachi Bakery. I request Mr. Vijay Ramani to please step forward. Yeah, on behalf of Mr. Vijay. Thank you. And now I'd like to call upon Mr. Sanjay Singhania, Shri Nursing Cloth Emporium Private Limited. Another heritage, I should say, for Hyderabad, the Emporium. I now would like to invite from Aparna Neo Mall, Mr. Rakesh Reddy. Yes, on behalf of Mr. Rakesh Reddy, this is for Aparna Neo Mall. Thank you so much. Thank you, dignitaries. Thank you so much, Mr. Jayesh Ranjan. Thank you for doing the honors, sir. Thank you.